Hello, accountability buddies. I'm Maddie Makes, and this is another podcast. I believe it's podcast number 4, coming to you every Tuesday morning, at least on the west coast of these United States, for as long as they remain united. Sorry, let's not be pessimistic. No, life is good. Things got done this week. Just not that many knitting and crochet and spinning things. Life happened. My daughter graduated high school. So she got her high school diploma and an international baccalaureate's degree. Yeah, the girl rocks. She did good. She had like 3 stoles, 2 medals, and like a bunch of cords because she was in a whole bunch of clubs. So one of the stoles was for the baccalaureate's degree. One was for bilingual because she's bilingual in French and English, American English. And the other one was Thespian Society. She rocks. So we did that. It was fun. I'm really proud of her. Now we're trying to figure out next steps between, over the summer before she starts college in the fall. But until then, we press on with my therapy because I need it because kids are stressful. So let's start out with things I didn't get done because kids are stressful. Yep, we're still sitting here. I just like showing this off because this thing is awesome looking. And for those of you new here, hi, welcome. This is a Lazy Kate that was built in Norway before 1850. So it came over on a ship around 1852. So it was somewhere in the early 1800s. And it's so cute the way they're all on one little chopstick of sorts. But I don't know, I think it's meant to hang. Because that would make sense if you had a small place. Hanging this in the corner by the spinning wheel. And there is mohair, natural long wool, and a dyed long wool. And I dyed this a handful of videos ago, so I will pop that up here. Dyeing video. That was fun. And then blended it together. So, do that on here. Okay. Anyway, still have to do that. My husband is in Vegas this week, so that didn't add to the stress at all. He flew out she graduated on Friday. He flew out Sunday morning. It all works. Still have this lovely Surrey to ply up, and a viewer did suggest blending them, so doing a barber pole, so the light and the dark. I think it'll be great. I just can't stop touching the Surrey alpaca. It's just so smooth. I mean, like soft as a thing, but it's just smooth. It's just a little dusty. I'm pretty sure when I wash it, I'm going to get a fair amount of dust out, but that's okay. It was low processed, so she's all good. And then Mr. Woolly Wool is right there, and this is a long wool as well. So it's a mixed breed long wool, akin to those other two. I'm pretty sure they are related somehow. And I'm working on Miss Woolly's wool. She's a U. Her name is Woolly. That's the sheep's name. And I have another fleece in the garage. If you look at last week's podcast, it is there. So I still need to work on that. So maybe tonight, I just, after getting this up for you guys on Tuesday, happy Tuesday, I will spend the night. That would be good. Happy with that. On to knitting. Got a little happening in knitting, not a ton, but I do have a surprise for you. So stay tuned, because knitting and crochet had played together. It was fab, absolutely fab. Okay, we'll start with the shawl because that's kind of where I started last time. I didn't make much advancement. She's still sitting here in her upside down glory at the moment. I do love the way it's changing colors though. But she will sit here. If you want to know more about her, catch one of my earlier podcasts. She's been around. She needs to get done. The Musselburgh hat. Now at graduation, sitting, waiting for all the stuff, and your kid and her friends only come up a certain amount of time. So then my husband looks at me weird when I clap at one of them. I'm like, it's one of her friends. They've been in the house. I should clap for them because they're her friends, right? Support those you know. And I'm like, it's this person. They're called this because I have a nickname. And he goes, oh, it's them. I'm like, yeah, nicknames. You know, when the kids have nicknames and you hear their formal laid out name, it's like, who is that? When you give them the nickname, it makes more sense. So I've got several inches done. I believe we were here next to the marker. Now we're all the way up here. This is, I measured it 15.5 inches long now. Ooh, there. And we are going to 19 3/4 before starting the decreases. And then I will fold the hat together, right? I have no idea how I'm gonna block it. I'll figure it out. I figure everything out. That's the joy of, you know, craft. You get to figure things out as you go. You don't have to know before you start. Absolutely do not have to know a darn thing before you start. Figure it out while you're in there. It's like on the job training. Okay, didn't get anywhere on the cuffs, so I know they're super sad. But they don't really need to be done until fall anyway, so they can chill there. There's one thing I did do, so knitting and crochet, right? So knitting, I finished the onion skin. This is knitted. And I used a couple different patterns. I'll try to pop them below. Yeah, I believe they were both free patterns. So use the skin off a pattern that was supposed to be a full onion pattern, like Kilo Cutesy onion with eyeballs and everything. Other than I only did part of it and left out most of the stitches in the middle and finished it way before it was supposed to, right? An onion boy is just a smaller version of what he was supposed to be, and he was supposed to have eyeballs, but sticking eyeballs on onions sounded weird to me. I don't have children. They do not need vegetable friends. This is for a therapist. So, we've got little onions. It's crocheted. It's all done in wool. It is stuffed with wool. And I will put that down below because the only thing I changed on that was I used fingering weight yarn instead of like DK weight. And to get it back in, we need to squish it a little bit. So we elongate it and squish it a little bit. Now it looks like a radish. And then we grab it with our fingers, shove her in. And the wool is supple, so it will just move with you. We pull his little head back on here, trying to do it, you can see it. And it's a little big right now, but you just roll him back into a little ball, and he's all ready to go again. Because we all have layers, right? I guess in therapy, layers. I just keep thinking of Shrek. Shrek's like an onion. It's got layers. I almost want to make this more layers, but it's super cute like this. So we stopped at the good point. But it was fun. It was actually pretty fun to make. I have not done much, other than socks and hats, I haven't done much knitting for 3D objects. But ready for it now. So there's my finished knitting. There's the crochet. Then I'm still working on the elf coat. It has not changed. Still right in the middle of this paddle, this piece, wedge piece. It's not a paddle, it's a wedge piece. So that I need to finish. TL Yarn Crafts just had a tips and tricks for tungsten knitting, and I went through it and went, oh, okay, I'm doing that. I'm not doing that. So there's a trick that you do on the end, like when you get to the end of a row to help keep it straight. So that I'm gonna have to try some of her tips and tricks. So if you're really into crochet, check out TL Yarn Crafts. She's amazing. So that is that's pretty much that. I did not do any acquisitions because gosh knows I don't need any more things. You saw the garage just look at last week's and all the fiber that's in there, the 4 new sheep's fleeces and 2 alpaca pieces. So yeah, that will keep me busy for some time. And I'm working on keeping up Ravelry. I have 2 things listed. I just need to pop in more pictures and figure out how to pop in more pictures. So it's a learning curve for me. I feel really old when I get in and doing that and do stuff like that. It's like I know a lot, but when I get into that, I'm like, I know nothing. So any tips, tricks, and Ravelry, just pop them below. I felt like I rambled through this whole thing, but it's only like 11 minutes on my side. So hopefully I can cut it together and make it seem a little bit more coherent. But there's that. I released the first Trish Anderson video that came out on Monday. So check that out. There's already a couple really gorgeous comments in there, and I need to get in and reply as so super sweet. I did send her the link so she would be apprised of what's going on, and also so she can watch it and tell me if there's anything she wanted me to pull, because I don't want to post anything on somebody else if they don't like it. So she was happy with it. And thank you for all the lovely comments and subscribing, and I am very appreciative of you. If you want to catch my earlier podcasts, they're on this playlist, and then YouTube thinks you'll like this one over here. And always subscribe. I do love thee. We're over 1,000. Maybe by next year we make it to 10,000. Could be fun. I'm there for you. Any suggestions, videos, things you want to learn, knitting, crocheting, spinning, fiber prep, I'm here for you. Let me know what you want to learn.